Intercepts are points where a graph crosses an axis. So an x-intercept is a point where a graph crosses the x-axis. Now every point on the x-axis, the y value of that point is 0. So to find the x-intercept when you're given an equation, we're going to let y equals 0, and we're going to solve for x. In a similar way, if you're trying to find a y-intercept of a line, to find a y-intercept, every point on the y-axis, the x value, or the x-coordinate is 0. So to find the y-intercept when you have an equation, you let x equal 0 and solve the equation for y. So suppose we have the equation y equals 2x minus 6, and our directions ask us to find the x-intercept and y-intercept of the equation and then graph the equation. So first, let's find the x-intercept of the equation. We find the x-intercept by putting in 0 for y, giving us 0 equals 2x minus 6. To solve for x now, we would add 6 to both sides, giving us 6 equals, on the right side, the minus 6 and 6 would cancel out, leaving us with 2x. To isolate x now, we would divide both sides by 2, giving us 3 equals x. So we put in 0 for y and got 3 for x. The point 3, 0 will be on our graph right here. Now let's take that same equation, y equals 2x minus 6, and go through the steps to find the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept of an equation, you put in 0 for x. Doing that in this case, we have y equals 2 times 0 minus 6. 2 times 0 is 0, leaving us with 0 minus 6, and we have y equals negative 6. So putting in 0 for x, we got negative 6 for y. 0, negative 6 is our next point. Now, once you have 2 points that are on a line, there's only one possible line that could go through those 2 points. So we can go ahead now and draw a straight line through those 2 points and stick arrows on the ends, and that's our graph. If you would like to try the next problem on your own, pause the video now and resume when you're ready to see the solution. So suppose we have the equation y equals negative 3x plus 6, and we would like to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept and then come up with the graph. To find the x-intercept of an equation, we put in 0 for y. In this case, that would leave us with 0 equals negative 3x plus 6. And now to get x by itself, we begin by subtracting 6 from both sides. And we have negative 6 equals negative 3x. Then we divide both sides by negative 3, leaving us with 2 equals x. So we put in 0 for x, 0 for y, and we got 2 for x. The point 2, 0 will be on our graph. Now we'll do the same sort of thing to find the y-intercept of this equation. When you're finding a y-intercept of an equation, you put in 0 for x. This gives us y equals negative 3 times 0 plus 6. This would be 0 plus 6, which is 6. We put in 0 for x and got 6 for y. The point 0, 6 is on our graph. And then we draw a straight line through those 2 points and stick arrows on the ends. And there's our graph. Suppose you want to try the same sort of thing, but we have an equation where the variables don't begin on the same side of the equation. The process is generally the same. If we start with the equation 2x plus 5y equals 10, and we want to find the x-intercept for the graph, for x-intercepts, you put in 0 for y. 2x plus 5 times 0 equals 10. 5 times 0 is just 0. So we're left with 2x equals 10. And then we divide both sides by 2, leaving us with x equals 5. We put in 0 for y and got 5 for x. The point 5, 0 would be on our graph. Doing the same sort of thing to find the y-intercept. For the y-intercept, you put in 0 for x. And we have 2 times 0 plus 5y equals 10. 2 times 0 is 0, so our equation becomes 5y equals 10. We divide both sides by 5, leaving us with y equals 2. We put in 0 for x and got 2 for y. The point 0, 2 will be on our graph. To finish, we draw a straight line through those points and stick arrows on the ends. If you would like to try the next problem on your own, pause the video now and resume when you're ready to see the solution. If we're beginning with the equation 3x minus 4y equals 12, to find the x-intercept of that equation, we put in 0 for y, giving us 3x minus 4 times 0 equals 12. 4 times 0 is 0, so we have 3x equals 12. We divide both sides of the equation by 3, and we have x equals 4. We put in 0 for y and got 4 for x, so the point 4, 0 is on our graph. To find the y-intercept, you put in 0 for x. In this equation, we would have 3 times 0 minus 4y equals 12. 3 times 0 is 0, leaving us with negative 4y equals 12. And to get y by itself, we divide both sides by negative 4. This leaves us with y equals negative 3. We put in 0 for x and got negative 3 for y. The point 0, negative 3 will be on our graph. And then to finish, we draw a line through those points and stick arrows on the ends.